Morning everyone. Welcome back to the online classes of geography. Today I am not going to start any new chapter. Today we will discuss on a new topic, map pointing, which carry a 10 marks in your board paper. Your ISC syllabus is completely based on Indian geography. So today we will plot some of the points on the outline map of India based on your syllabus. Since I have completed two chapters, location setting of India and the relief features of India. So based on these two chapters, we will plot some of the point on the outline map of India. So without wasting our time, let us begin our today's class. So the first question you can see on the board, on the outline map of India, mark and label. You have to mark and label on the outline map of India the northernmost and the southernmost point of the mainland of India. So the northernmost point, it is Indrakol, and the southernmost point, it is Kanyakumari. So the northernmost point of India, it is Indrakol, and the southernmost point of the mainland of India, it is Kanyakumari. So today we will plot the northernmost point and the southernmost point of the mainland of India in the outline map of India. So this kind of map will be provided to you during examination, which mark the outline boundaries of India. That's why it is said as the outline map of India. Now let us plot the first question. On the outline map of India, mark and label. So what you have to do here, you have to mark and label the northernmost point and the southernmost point of India. So the northernmost point of India, it is Indrakol, and the southernmost point of India, it is Kanyakumari. So the northernmost point, Indrakol, lies in Jammu and Kashmir. So here we have the northernmost limit, Indrakol. It is Indrakol. And the southernmost limit, it is Kanyakumari. Students, if you want to get a good marks, your mapping must be, the map plotting must be neat and clean. Avoid the writing inside the map. So this marks the northernmost and the southernmost point of India. The northernmost point, it is Indrakol, and the southernmost point, it is Kanyakumari. Now let us move on to the second question. The southernmost point of Republic of India or India Union. One more southernmost point we have that lies away from the mainland of India. This is the southernmost point of India that lies in the mainland. Now, the southernmost point that lies away from the mainland of India, or we can also say the southernmost point of Republic of India or India Union, it is Indra Point that lies in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So, the southernmost point of India, Republic or Republic of India or India Union, it is Indra Point. So, the last boundary of last island of Andaman and Nicobar Island, it is the Indra Point, which lies at the latitudinal extension of 6 degree 45 minute north. So the latitudinal extension of Indra Point, it is 6 degree 45 minute north. So this was about the northernmost point and the southernmost point of India that lies in the mainland of India. Whereas the Indra Point, it is the southernmost point of India that lies away from the mainland. Or we can also say the southernmost point of Republic of India or the India Union. So this was about the northernmost point and the southernmost point of India. Now let us move on to the third question. On the outline map of India, mark and label the easternmost point and the westernmost point of India. So the easternmost point of India lies in Arunachal Pradesh and the westernmost point of India lies in Gujarat. Easternmost point of India, it is in Arunachal Pradesh. The name of a district, it is Kibithu, Kutch. Kutch district of Gujarat and Kibithu mark the westernmost point and the easternmost point of India. So this was about the northernmost point and the southernmost point, easternmost and the westernmost point of India. Now let us move on to the fourth question. On the outline map of India, mark and label Himalayas. So the Himalayas of India, it is divided into three divisions according to the altitude. They are the Greater Himalaya, the Lesser Himalaya and the Outer Himalaya. Now let us learn how to mark these Himalayas. Himalayas start from Jammu and Kashmir, cross Nepal, Sikkim, Bhutan and reach till Arunachal Pradesh. So these mark the Greater Himalayas. So how to mark the Himalayas? You just increase the width of the line. Just you mark with a bold line. So for denoting any mountain range, you just make a line and increase the thickness of that line or make that line bold. So this mark the Greater Himalayas of India. After that, we have the Lesser Himalayas. So this marks the Greater Himalayas, and the second line that you can see here, it marks the Lesser Himalayas, and the third line you can see which mark the Shivalik range. So these are the three mountain range of India. So these mark the Himalayas of India. Let's move on to the fifth question. On the outline map of India, mark and label the highest mountain peak of India. So the highest mountain peak of India, which is the highest mountain peak of India? It is mountain K2, which lies in the Karakoram range. So the Karakoram range lies in Jammu and Kashmir and mountain K2 is here. So students, to denote a peak of a mountain, you must use a triangular shaded symbol. So this kind of symbol, it is used to denote a peak of a mountain. So here we have the mountain K2. So the highest mountain peak of India, it is mountain K2. So the highest mountain peak of India, it is mountain K2, which lies in the Karakoram range. Here in your question, it has said only to mark highest mountain peak of India. But here I have marked the Karakoram range and the peak of a mountain both. So don't get confused. If there is a question asked highest mountain peak of India, so it is mountain K2. Just you make a triangular shaded symbol which denote the peak of a mountain. No need to make a Karakoram range. This is a new topic for you all. That's why I have made the Karakoram range as well as the peak of India. But your question says only to mark the highest mountain peak of India, that is the mountain K2. And where does it lies? It lies in the Karakoram range. So this was about how to mark the range of a mountain, the range of a mountain and the peak of a mountain. So now let us move on to the sixth question. On the outline map of India, mark and label the Western Ghat and the Eastern Ghat. So for marking Western Ghat and the Eastern Ghat, you can use the same marking like that what you have used for marking Himalayas or the mountain range. Because this Western Ghat and the Eastern Ghat, it is also an elevated land. The Western Ghat lies at the western side of the Peninsula India and the Eastern Ghat lies at the eastern side of the Peninsula India. So this mark the Western Ghat of India. So this mark the Western Ghat of India and the Eastern Ghat of India. So these mark the Western Ghat and the Eastern Ghat of India. So this mark the Western Ghat and the Eastern Ghat of India. Now let us move on to the 7th question. On the outline map of India, mark and label the Deccan Plateau of India. So the Deccan Plateau of India lies at the southern part of India. It lies at the southern part of India. Now how to mark this region? You can use any kind of shading. I am using this. You can use any kind of shading like that of the mountain peak and the Himalayan range. It is not necessary that you have to use only this shading. You can use any kind of shading. So this mark the Deccan Plateau of India. So this was about the map pointing that we have discussed in our today's class. So this was about the map pointing that we have discussed in our today's class. It was a new topic. Hope you have understood. Till then, stay home, stay safe, take care.